Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the Bears Den. How is everyone doing tonight, guys? Hope you're all having a great night tonight. It is Tuesday night. It is talk show time. This time of the week is always interesting because there's so many things that are potential to be talked about, and yet so many things that sometimes talking about them, it's just like, you know what? I really don't want to talk about these things. But you know what? It's better for us to go over them than for you guys to find out, like, by being blindsided once things go through or once things happen. So it's always a good thing that we get the chance to talk about them and actually break down what these things that are happening mean. Sometimes bad, sometimes we bring a lot of bad things to the table. Activision Blizzard. But it's not all bad. There are times that we bring really fun, quirky things. Like if you guys don't remember, or this is your first time tuning in for the talk show, back in episode like 15 or something, we brought to the both Alex and I brought to the table, or were going to bring to the table at least, a upcoming game called Fashion Police. What was it? I forget the full name of it, but it was like Fashion Police something, Fashion Police Squad or something like that. It's a first-person shooter, and it's just like, damn, this is fucking cool. Like, I'm actually excited to see it when it comes out. It looks really cool. If I remember correctly, it was like Duke Nukem style graphics, Doom style graphics, things like that. But you're running around like the machine gun is a sewing machine. You have a belt that's a whip. It's really fucking cool shit like that too. So it's always a good thing to tune in, check out some of the stuff. If you can't make it for the whole show, that's why I keep VODs of it. Can always go back, find the shows you missed, watch them. Don't shit where you... Yeah, I know. Don't bring bad shit to your table. We try, Blue, but you know what? Activision Blizzard just can't get their shit together. So, yeah. But let's get going. Hello.
Hello to you, friendo.
How are you doing tonight?
Excellent. Thank you very much. I was just explaining that I've already had 5 beers.
Aha!
So there's going to be auto comedy. Thanks, booze.
Well, now that we got the auto comedy filter or option checked.
Turned on. Yep.
Yeah.
Quick shout out. I know he's probably not even here yet because it's so early, but shout out to Jake. He bought me, I had mentioned this the other day, that I really wanted a smokeless ashtray. It is a smokeless ashtray.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It was a nice early Christmas gift, you know?
Very cool.
I like it when people are thoughtful about their gifts, you know, because I try to be, you know? So, just a nice fucking thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
And how about you?
Doing pretty good. Got shit working at work, which is always a nice thing. So
that is a huge plus. I just realized the trash man doesn't stop.
Wound up getting a controller, kind of as a Christmas gift from the hubby to myself, kind of a thing.
Nice.
Great deal, believe it or not, from Best Buy, which was actually the best deal.
How much was it?
It was $60 for a Xbox Series X, S, whatever controller, and USB Type-C cable.
With the battery too?
The
charge pack?
I don't know if it's a charge pack or just like AA batteries.
Okay.
All of that for $60.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Free shipping.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not talking free shipping as in I'll get it like 4 months from
January.
now. I'm talking free shipping as in Thursday. I get it here at my house. I don't have to go anywhere to pick the motherfucker up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's why Bezos rules the world. And why I keep like, you went through Best Buy.
That was Best Buy. Amazon wanted it for like $75 for the controller, not the cable with it.
All right.
What in the actual fuck?
Yeah. I did get myself something. I got myself a new SSD for internal, so I can move all of my operating system to this little Jim Jam, and then all of my other one will be storage and for games. So I guess I recently, as you know, upgraded my processor and everything that comes with that, my fucking motherboard and yada yada. So this just means Windows will never annoy me ever again. All the power will go right here, so I don't have to worry about it. Also, I've never heard of this brand. Hinks, Hynix.
Interesting.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But $43, 48 with tax, and literally I bought it yesterday and it's already in my hand. So
Not a bad thing.
love to see it. Yeah.
Can
Um,
you need a bigger SSD? Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Blue.
how big of an SSD are you rocking, Blue?
Yeah, that actually is a good question. How big of an SSD are you currently rocking?
'Cause I
And
was I was seeing some crazy huge, like 8 terabyte for I want to say 210 yesterday. I mean that's storage for days at this point. Well,
240 gig on his games drive.
yeah, that's definitely small.
Yeah, I
That's definitely
mean,
small.
me personally, when I think SSD, I'm like, okay, get like a 250 gig, 240 gig for OS, and like
Yep.
minimal other programs like
Right.
Steam, but have Steam installed to another hard drive, kind of a thing.
Operating system shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and have that be just that.
Oh, you love
So
it. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you.
nice, nice.
Um, yep. Great start to a fucking show too.
Oh hell yeah!
Um, Jeremiah, you're the best. Thank you very much. We're talking Christmas gifts at this point. Um,
Hey,
yeah, 240 is a little minimum. I was thinking about, picking one of those up, but like, dude, those Cyber Monday deals are like, okay, fine, $48, whatever. Like, just
yeah,
take it. Like,
yeah.
seriously, thank you for the follow.
The curiosity question I have as far as your SSD, is it a SSD that's like about the size of a pack of cards,
Yeah,
or is it like the
yeah.
M.2?
It's the 2.5.
Okay,
2.5.
okay,
Like so a pack of cards.
okay.
And like my case, this is not like my case isn't still like stuffed to the brim.
Mhm.
But I was like, well, 2.5 could fit in even if I wanted to get a smaller case in the future, like
Yeah, yeah,
that all fits. So whatever. And they had 12,000 reviews. They were like sitting at 4 or 5. I was like, fucking sold. Even if the thing sucks,
yeah,
whatever. It's only doing one goddamn thing. So
yeah. Granted, the one goddamn thing it's doing is holding the rest of
is
your
the
computer
operating
together.
system.
So
Yeah, it's the brain of the operating system. Yeah, it's a good point. I
well,
guess worst case
I
scenario
wouldn't call it the brain. I mean, it is Windows after
of the
all.
of the
So
operating system. Right, the brain
yeah,
is the processor. All right,
yeah.
yeah, push up your glasses, you geek. All right. um, what do we want to start with today? We want to just start with random shit. What do we want to start with? What are we feeling?
I've got one that's kind of like in my wheelhouse, but also kind of in your wheelhouse too.
Okay,
Because
go
I
for it.
mean, I don't do Pokemon. I don't. I've like played one Pokemon game, and that was the original, like first gen. I didn't even play the entire game. That's how little I play of Pokemon. But apparently there was a Pokemon speedrunner
Oh
who
yeah, I've
who
already. Yeah.
yeah, who beat Diamond Pearl, which is what, fifth gen that got re-released or something like that. I forget.
Literally just released last week.
Yeah, and he beat it in 51 minutes. He like horribly broke the game.
Put that. Where did I put that?
Um,
Sorry, I have posted notes on this. Okay, there it is. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
like he horribly broke the game, mainly because the simple fact of apparently all the old glitches that used to work for the game
Um,
still all work in the remakes masters.
1 second, Jeremiah. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Oh. Sorry. There's an update now on the article.
Yeah, I already read that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's now under 34 minutes.
the interesting thing about that, quickly, just real quick, um, Discord link expired. Oh man, I will get another one up. Sorry about that, bud. So the vibe is we do weekly news. Every Tuesday we talk about whatever the hell's gone on last week. We do talk about retro when stories come up about it. It's basically just whatever the hell is going on. So you don't want to fucking read Kotaku because of those goddamn horrible clickbaity things. You don't want to read Rock Paper Shotgun. Come here every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. That's what we do. We just sit here, we drink beers, we talk about the video game industry. Both of him and I have worked in the video game industry. I am a designer. He's worked in QA for years. And we just kind of, yeah, vibe, I guess, would be a good one.
Yep.
Rip joystick, rip joystick, rip EGM. We're both old.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of the show. The premise. I probably should do some sort of premisey thing at some point, but um,
Hmm.
we-
We're
um,
lazy ass bastards. What can we say?
man, I got a lot of things going on, man.
That
Like,
too.
this is for fun, and we just vibe. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, the interesting thing about that, because I read that too, was the way that it was getting broken.
Hmm.
So listed issues that help him get down to that time were including menu and door storage for the memory, cut scene chip to fucking DOB. So you're like literally just cutting entire cutscenes. That's a huge time saver.
Yeah.
Surf on land, which I had never heard of before until this. And the fucking super cool part is that when they asked him like why you're doing this, he's like, it's just so fucking broken. He's just been enjoying breaking the shit out of this. So this is now yet again one of these re-releases that comes out that they just kind of like, I don't know, fart it out, put him some chibi graphics and move the fuck on.
Yep.
Equals profit. Like
Yep.
re-release equals profit. No effort.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of a shit show. But to be fair, I saw that he had already put up the 53-minute video. I have it saved, so I'm going to watch it because I just want to see. This is a console game. This
Yeah.
isn't like speed running on PC where you can do lots of fucked up shit,
Oh, yeah.
like out of bounds clips, like, that kind of thing. You get out of bounds clip in a fucking on a non PC title? Oof. Nintendo, what are you doing, baby?
Hmm. The one thing I will admit though that they do mention in the article, which actually,
Good evening.
you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Is if you were a major game publisher, I would go like find speedrunners who would be interested in the same genre of game you're developing and be like, hey, do you want to come work for us as QA?
And
Let's see how fast you could break the game and then let us know because we need to fix that.
And legit, like a franchise as storied as Pokemon, with as many different speedrun categories as there is, you would think that that would be a part of it because there's no like, I mean, I guess if you really want to be, literal about it, there is like a pro scene, but like
Mhm.
those are the guys that I want to bring in for play tests,
Yeah.
like, dude, come in, we'll sit you down for an entire day, we'll feed you lunch, we'll give you a free copy of whatever game's in the house, because that's what EA used to do.
Mhm.
And just break our shit. We'll write it all down, we'll fix it all. Um, since we're on this topic, GTA remaster
Yep.
already back on sale. It's going to have, from what it said, 100 plus bug fixes, ranging from that disgusting cum rain that was coming down that was so gross looking. They finally fixed that. I can't believe nobody said anything about that. To minor things like load times, etc. So again, good turnaround. We were talking about that last week.
Yep. Yep.
Good turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for Rockstar.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Hems. Yeah. These remasters are really,
Hmm.
man, God, dude, guys, if you like this game, just play the old one. Like, we don't have to keep like lining their pockets for these shitty remasters.
Yeah.
Wait until something good comes out, for the love of.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if they're doing a remaster with a hell of a lot of quality of life updates and additional
sure,
features, then okay,
sure.
fine. I can totally get behind that. But if it's literally copy pasta and then like some updated graphics to make it look good, then fuck no.
And honestly, like the chibi aesthetic for the new Pokemons does look good. It's cute, I don't feel like it. I don't know. For me, it doesn't exactly like fucking gel, but I mean, it's fine. Whatever you gotta do.
Yeah.
But this isn't that Link's Awakening that like
Mm.
they had been teasing for a very long time. That they had shown us a bunch of stuff ahead of time. Anytime a remaster comes out, and 3 weeks ahead of them dropping it, they're like, hey, this is coming out. don't buy that shit. If they tell
Yeah.
you way ahead of time and you see stuff, then throw in some dollars. But yeah. Is it my turn or yours? I kind of did
Uh,
too.
I'm gonna say yours because I brought it up and then we kind of both went on it.
That's fair. Um, so you want to talk about a weird thing?
When don't we?
Well, this is the first word that I have during this bullet point that I wrote down. Weirdos. That's the first. That's the first word. So,
That brings a lot to my mind, and some of it I can't say on Twitch.
wait until you hear this fucking story. So,
Weirder than
weirdos at
weirder than
Destination
cum rain?
Home, dude. Yes, weirder than come rain.
Oh.
Uh, weirdos at Destination Home are trying to revive the old school PlayStation Sony Home. Do you remember that like real life simulator that was kind of like The Sims, but didn't have like a game really to it? It was just people walking around. Do you remember this?
Yeah, and right now, why?
Yep. I don't know, dude. People are weird, and some people really like stuff, and I get it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but here's the neat part of the story. This is the part that I really, really enjoyed. So these dudes from Destination Home ended up hooking up with another group of super weirdos called PS Online Network Fan Group, and they met on Reddit. And basically, the guys from Destination Home had already emulated PlayStation Home, but it was only single player. Well, that doesn't really do anything for anybody because it doesn't have the multiplayer component.
Yeah.
So they meet these dudes from PlayStation Online Network Fan. That's the name of it. It's a real rolls right off the tongue.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So those dudes end up talking, and they are now working together, and they think that since the source code that they already have is already done for PlayStation Home, that they are going to have working public and private servers up and running by the end of the year, if you can believe that.
Interesting.
Super cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like for people who were into that, really cool. Like nice work. If for nothing else, you gotta admire the dedication, right?
True, very
And
true.
these groups are paying for these servers to be up, you know. Um Private, I really understood because shit, that means I could find the emulator, I could run it on my PC or a secondary one, you
Right.
know. But to make public ones, that means you actually do have to have outside servers, be it through Amazon or whatever. Um, Really impressive shit. Like
Mm,
impressive shit.
yeah.
But for something that like the so I went back and I was like, I'm just gonna look up some screenshots. There was just like a dude in like what you can only call a mascot costume for like a baseball team or something, and he
Hmm.
was just doing this. It was like a GIF, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe this is why I didn't really get into PlayStation Home. This is a weird thing. This is like Penguin Club all over again. I was not part of that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely seems like a interesting thing. Um, hopefully they can improve upon it. I will say that.
And the latest like craze, I can't remember what it's called. I want to say it's Wildland something is another one of these like big virtual environments where people go around and hang out.
Hmm.
Um, Kind of got review bombed to shit already.
Ooh.
So I think people are just kind of desperate for another one of these.
Okay.
If EA or Maxis were smart, they would just make one. Make a small hub-based city where you could move in, open up shops, like, really be your own virtual person.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, because in the future, like this shit's gonna be, I bet there's already one on VR that I haven't even heard of.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Yeah. Gen 3 makes me think of VR chats just before Ugandan Knuckles. Exactly. Do you know the way? Um, yeah, it kind of does, frankly. And honestly, dude, if I know that, like, okay, let me try to reverse, like, back on the weirdos thing. Dude, I'm old. I met a couple of girlfriends back on AOL chat boards. How is that any different? You know, see what I'm saying though? Like, how is that any fucking different?
True,
Like,
true, very true.
legit. So, you know, people just want to connect with people, and it's nice that the internet can provide shit like that.
Yeah.
And shit, if you met somebody in that very specific environment, that'd be like me, Alice Queen of the Guy, in whatever grade I was when I was 17, going into ska chat rooms with my Pez Boy OI fucking name and being like, hello, ladies. Do you enjoy ska core? You know, like, no different. Um,
Yeah.
so, cool.
Blue's definitely spot on this one. The internet in a nutshell. Weirdos here, weirdos there, weirdos everywhere.
Yes, and that's why you really
Exactly.
shouldn't be judgy. As long as you're being weird and not harming anyone else, you know, go be weird, man. Like
Yeah.
whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Phew.
Alrighty. Have you heard of a upcoming game called Exo One?
No.
Okay. Uh, from what I've seen of it, and from screenshots and videos and like that, it is a beautiful, beautiful game.
What?
Basically, you play as effectively like some sort of weird spaceship that can transform between a flat disc to like soar through clouds and bounce off waves and like that, to a ball, a round ball, and just like ride up and down mountains. The
Oh
whole
my
time
god.
the whole time you're building up momentum to effectively like launch to other, through a, like, open up a gateway to launch to other planets. There,
Oh, that sounds fun.
there's a story told throughout this whole thing, but they didn't allude to any of it. The visuals of like being able to like be soaring through the clouds, and then like you find this perfect like two mountains that are set up like a ramp that you go down one and immediately launch off the other, build up more momentum. So you're soaring, and then just, okay, quick transform to a ball, boom, plummet down, launch right back up, and it's like,
Yep.
looks fucking cool. From what people who have gotten their hands on it early have said, yeah, looks very cool. The gameplay seems solid. It's just boring as shit,
Yeah,
because it's, hey, look, I'm flying through clouds and whee, there I go. There's that moment of fun. Okay, next.
that's fair. I think the idea is really solid though. It's like skiing back in the day
Mm-hmm.
from Ascent, right? Isn't that right too? The one that half or High Res made. Isn't that right?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think it was. And kind of like a Katamari Damacy kind of vibe, like where it's kind of chill,
Yeah.
and a kind of Microsoft Flight Simulator, kind of all mushed together in some gross hodgepodge.
Mm-hmm.
That I bet that would be kind of fun. They definitely need some sort of objective, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, get to X height at X Y course, kind of a thing.
Right.
Um, but I could see myself liking that. You put achievements in that, and I could just throw a podcast on and
Oh yeah, easily,
like kind of
easily.
like yeah, just like that. Is it like realistic, like the Google Earth vision, or is
Um,
it like a fake planet?
let me. Oh, it's I would say definitely fake planet. It's not
Oh,
Google Earth.
okay.
Um, but
What's the
the
name of it again?
EXO one, EXO1, like the word.
Okay, huh, I'm gonna look
Um,
that up.
it definitely looks very visually pleasing, which is awesome about it. Um,
It's out
the
of Game Pass.
Wait, what?
That's what Jake just said. Jake just said it's out on Game Pass. That would be fucking cool. Because, like,
That
I
would
mean, for
definitely be
zero
interesting.
dollars,
Yeah.
I mean, for $0, I would definitely check it out.
Yeah. The one thing that they did say, as far as the story, it's told mainly through cutscenes and flashbacks, kind of a thing.
It's also super unsettling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that in itself is kind of unsettling, because a lot of the flashbacks at times can be things like, okay, you are flying and then you plummet down into the water because you're gonna like ramp off of a underwater mountain kind of a thing, and as soon as you hit the water, then it does a quick little like flash on the screen of a couple of images, and it's like, whoa, hey, jarring a little, and it's like,
Weird.
don't know about that.
Yeah, Jake said he's been playing it for a week, and yes, there is achievements.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, so fuck yeah, I might check that game out. Like that sounds kind of fun to me.
Oh yeah, it is
Um,
out now via. Oh, it's on Steam, Epic Game Store.
yeah,
Apparently, it's
how much is
also
it
on
on
Game
Steam?
Pass. Let's click the link here and find out. It
$10.
is $17.
That is too much money for a game that doesn't have a game.
Yes, yes.
That is, I will pay $17 for a Euro Truck Simulator because there's at least something for me to like quantify. Although I guess achievements, you technically, it's
Hmm.
dumb jump scares. What the fuck? Weird.
Hmm.
All right,
That
cool.
that is a
I
little.
don't know. I might check that out. I might check that out.
Okay.
Huh. Um. So going from one weird esoteric game to another, nice transition. Um. This is kind of a bummer drummer if you are into the whole. You know what? Let's just go straight into it. As of today, Farming Simulator 22, which I'd like to take a side note. I really like those games. The chill nature of them is really good. There
Mhm.
is actually an esports league, FYI, if you're really
Yep.
into it. You
Yep.
could look that into it. Um, has more active players on Steam. Let me preface this on Steam than Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, I believe it.
I, I fucking do not believe it. That is crazy. So I went and I looked, and yup, that is not incorrect. That is crazy, dude. Battlefield 2042, as jank as it fucking is still Battlefield at the end of the day. And Farming Simulator 2022 has got more active players. Dude, that is a hard slap in the face to DICE. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Um, it kind of just shows the current state of Battlefield 2042, which actually I have a story to transition into Battlefield Blatterfield.
Right.
Yes, it's Blatterfield.
I would play that game. It's like trying to hold your fucking piss like through like a long car ride. You know what I'm saying? It's more and more intense. Like, I'd play that.
That is true. Kratos mentioned that is only Steam numbers though.
Farm nerds are cool now.
But at the same point in time, though, Krynos, it's kind of like, okay, that's Steam. Like, everybody who has a computer has Steam.
Right. Most people
So,
aren't launching through Origin. I
yeah.
mean, you
I
know what
mean,
I'm saying? Like,
I,
you could, and I'm
well,
sure there is a division there, right?
true,
But
true. But I mean, hell, I have at one point, I don't know if I still do. I have at one point I had Origin, Epic Game Store, and Ubisoft all
yeah,
on my PC. Their launchers all on my PC, along with Steam, and I launch all three of those through Steam.
right.
Because I'm just like, I only want to have one up when I start up my computer, and if I want to play something on those other ones, I'll go to Steam and launch it through there, and then launch the game.
If I can, right? Because
True.
like games like Rainbow Six Siege, Smite, even, it's very hard to get their active player numbers
Mm-hmm.
because they came out way before Steam and then they launched on Steam.
Yeah.
So guesstimating their actual active players is much more difficult because some people are just like, this is what I've always launched through, so it's just kind of force of habit kind of a thing.
True.
But if you're launching at simultaneous the way this did, and seriously, Origin, ugh, good God, every time I do it, my PC has like one single tear that like runs down the side, and I'm always like, I'm so sorry. I'm like scooping it up, like I love you. Like that is a bad service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was fucking crazy, man. Like Farm Simulator is
Mm-hmm.
fucking beating 2042. 2042 only launched like out a
November.
week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like only like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
God, that is terrible,
Oh
dude.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, oof.
But to immediately transition into it, Battlefield 2042, as we all know, is kind of a dumpster fire.
Yeah, currently for sure.
Yeah, they've come out and released a roadmaps of upcoming "We're sorry" patches.
We're sorry. It's like them laying on the bearskin rug.
Yeah. No, they're laying on a pile that's on the bearskin rug. Hopefully clothed. I don't want to see that naked. But no, they're releasing a roadmap of "we're sorry" patches that are like everything that they're gonna be addressing, like fixing hovercrafts, fixing wildly inconsistent bullet spray, um, collision on buildings, all sorts of shit like that.
We
Uh,
talked about it last week.
we talked about that last week and the week before, I think.
Yeah.
But you look at the patch notes as far as everything that's coming, and it's like, okay, cool. They're fixing a lot of problems. They're not. They even said we're not adding new things. So they're not adding
Right.
things like much requested features, like, oh, I don't know, scoreboards,
Meh.
the ability to browse servers,
Ooh.
voice
Yeah.
chat. The game
Okay.
doesn't even have in-game voice chat.
Okay. How the fuck is that even possible? Your dice, you had to have had that like code somewhere in the vault. You could have just gone. All right, chuck it in there. Like, God, that is terrible, dude. Oh my god. Oh, that's so bad.
Nope, doesn't have it.
Oh my god. I feel bad for Battlefield kids too, because I know there's a hard distinction between first person shooter people, right? Like there is the strictly like military like Battlefield kids, and there's the COD arcade guys. Like if we're just
Mm-hmm.
gonna do a broad overview.
Right, right.
Um and man, you would think that man, you would think that those guys wouldn't have gotten raked over the coals like 2 games in a row. But like I could almost say 3 games in a row, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they have gotten screwed the last 3 times. And I know there's a lot of apologists out there saying that, like, hey, I'm still having fun and all that. But like between adding classes, which nobody fucking asked for, and then you making a game that is just wildly untested and unfinished, um, just not a good look. And I feel bad for those guys.
Yep. Like you mentioned though last week when we were talking about Battlefield as again, um, it was entirely made during COVID
From
though.
home. Right. From home.
So I mean, things
Right.
unfortunately do slip through cracks, and some things aren't as reliably done when it comes to either testing or developing or whatnot. So some things you can kind of sit there and say, okay,
Right.
yeah,
There's some concessions that should be made, but no voice chat?
yeah,
What the fuck? That's not a concession. That's a fucking we raise the white flag. We can't do it. Nope, we give up. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I
ugh.
mean, that's kind of like a multiplayer online game 101 must
Right,
have.
right.
And,
That like
and
how the it's since literally two generations ago. 2 generations ago. That
uh,
is 360 PS3 level of it had to be done. You know what I'm saying?
see, I would go as far back and say since
Xbox.
original
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah. Because they did. Like,
Yeah. So
Jake said, "Yeah, I got to put out current fires before
before throwing gas
throw."
on it, yeah,
Yep. I mean, like, and I do understand that. I
yeah,
I legit do.
yeah.
But ooh,
But at the same
man,
point in time, it's like, oh, hey, yay, we've got beautiful looking sandstorms and tornadoes.
super cool.
Why don't we have voice chat?
Or collision on fucking buildings
Buildings,
in
yeah.
a game where destruction is your main point of focus. Like that's what like the Battlefield games always like
Have
were a
had.
big thing of.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh yeah.
exactly. Like was the destruction of buildings and terrain,
Hmm.
and then oh man, missing so many marks. Like so many
Yes.
marks.
Yes, exactly.
Uh so speaking on consoles, boom, look at that transition.
Ooh.
Um, boom. Uh, Business Insider reported uh, yesterday, I believe, or no, it was today actually, that the highest selling console during Black Friday, and they have this new algorithm and company that goes through, and this was literally listed 1 trillion websites and over 1,000 retailers. That's where Business Insider got this information. Yep. I don't know if I believe 1 trillion. I mean,
Mm,
I'm sure there are a trillion, but like that seems a little, I don't know, but whatever.
yeah.
Anyways, um, highest selling console on Black Friday was actually the Xbox Series S, and it was by leaps and bounds. I think this was actually kind of part of it as well. Um, a big part of it was the Series S are in stores. They're
Sure.
actually available, unlike the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 or even the OLED switches.
Hmm.
None of them are basically available. You got to be super lucky, be haunting a website or calling stores or etc. Um, but it was by leaps and bounds that the highest selling console this Black Friday was the Xbox Series S. Good for you,
Interesting.
Microsoft. I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah, we'll definitely say good for you on to Microsoft on that. The one thing that I will bring up, which I hope those people who bought those Series S's understand, is in that console is only I believe it comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive,
Mhm.
which apparently, according to latest metrics, you can fit like 5 games on,
Right.
and that's about it. Um, that doesn't even include download content for said games, which, I mean, there may still be wiggle room after those 5 games, but still,
Yeah.
the thing then becomes okay. You want to get the 2 terabyte hard drive. Okay, you're now paying more
Yeah.
than what you would have if you wanted to get a Series X.
That is
Granted,
true.
of the whole goes back to the whole thing of availability.
Right.
So
Because
yeah,
mom and dads with disgusting little toddler children, they want to get their kid something big on Christmas, day.
yeah.
Um, so, hey, brother, is he wearing a
He says
robe?
hi. Hello.
No,
Hey, big
he's wearing
guy.
a fleece.
Ooh, nice. He always looks so comfy. Um, just like in general note, just a general note, he always looks so comfy. Yeah, that dude should smoke a pipe, in my thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should totally be smoking a pipe. Like, just my thought. Um, so I think the other thing that we could talk about here is my buddy Aaron has a Series S. He got one actually last year at some point. Um, he loves it because here's the deal, man. At the end of the day,
Ooh.
unlike you, I only play like maybe 5 games. I'm a competitive gamer. I only I install a lot of games and then go one day. Anyways, booting up Valorant, and I double click and I play Valorant. Um, so that is a big point.
It's funny that you mentioned that as far as like installing all these games and then going one day, because I actually did that whole like, okay, one day I'm going to go through some of these games. And like this past weekend, Thanksgiving weekend here, I was like, okay, we're playing this. Started playing it, got like 3/4 of the way through the game, and I'm like, okay, this level's annoying, and I just lost all my lives.
Fuck it,
Fuck it. Okay,
I'm out.
uninstall.
I think
Next game.
right.
What was it? Oh fuck. I'm actually gonna look this up just because of what wound up happening.
Well, let you go ahead and do that, and let me put it in another way for me. I also get really like ramped up for a game, dude. Like let's just say the most recent one, Psychonauts 2. I love that game.
Mhm.
Love that series. I got 3/4 of the way through 2 and still haven't beaten it because sometimes I'm just like, man, I only got like an hour or two. I'm not gonna like put only an hour or two in. Fuck it. I'm just gonna play a couple of rounds of Valorant or whatever. Uh,
Okay.
so that is definitely. I mean, that's definitely on me though, right? Like it's we're so inundated with games at this point. It's not like back in the day
Oh
where
yeah.
we were all kids and we only had 5 to 10 games each.
Hmm.
And so obviously you played and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Nowadays, every day you could go to fucking Steam and buy 60 games for literally $5 or whatever, you know?
True. True.
Sorry, go ahead.
The game I was talking about, which actually was fun, but had really weird thing happen in it.
Okay.
Apotheon.
Okay.
Basically, it's a Greek period Metroidvania.
Okay.
Um, it's done in like the graphics of it is done in like the artwork as far as that would be painted on a ceramic jar.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, which I was having a lot of fun playing it, and it's like, okay, fine, go into this next area, and screen fades to black. I'm like, okay, fine, it's just loading transition. That's fine, no big deal. Up pops some text.
Oh no.
We've experienced an error. Please press continue to keep playing the game. Crash. Like, and I caught in the text, this is a known occasional problem. And it's like, wait, you knew that this was possible, and it's occasional. You couldn't figure out a patch since it fucking came out?
Side fucking tangent very fast. I'm a big fan of Disgaea, the series. I love turn-based. I love tactical turn-based. So I am still playing Disgaea 2. They're up to they're working on 6. I have I don't even want to talk about it. Like 100 plus hours. I'm still not even done with the main story. I'm still just enjoying it and grinding it. Last night, I smoke a little bit of weed. My controller, to be fair, the cord is kind of jank. It's one of those. Everyone has this. A cord, doesn't matter for your phone or your controller or whatever, where it's got to sit at a very specific angle to keep power. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So both of my Xbox controllers that get plugged into my PC have that problem. So I smoked a little bit of weed. I put it down. I was like, I'm going to get a beer. I got up, got a beer, came back, and I'm at the main fucking, I'm at my dashboard of my PC. And I'm like, wait, what? Did I finish that? Fucking, and during any cutscene, if your controller cuts power, it literally crashes the game completely. So that was a fight that I had to refight again, and I was so mad. I just sent in my strongest guys and was like, every hit, I was like, yeah, that's right, fucking game, you piece of shit, you fucking unplayable cuck. Because the game came out in 1996 or 7, all right. But that was before the day of patches. But here's the thing, I bought that on Steam, dude. I bought that on Steam. They could have fixed that. NCIS exists to this day. But whatever. Okay. Sorry. Side tangent. I love this guy at the end of the day, so it's all good.
The thing is, though, Apotheon came out in 2015.
Right.
So it's not like it came out eons ago.
Right. On a medium that we don't use anymore.
True.
Like discs or cartridge.
Discs? What's a disc?
Yeah, serious. I don't even have a disc drive in my PC. I legitimately don't even have one. There's no point, you know?
Yeah.
Almost forgot. We talked about the Minecraft update. Guess what's not in it? Oh God, please, Jake.
Wait, what?
All right, go ahead. What's not in it? Oh God.
Oh
all right,
God.
We're gonna keep going. That's
that has me worried too.
Yep, me too.
I've upgraded my server to 118 already.
Oh fuck me.
Oh God, no.
Okay. Well, is it you or me?
I have. I don't know.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
Thanks, beer number 7. I'll just go. How about that?
Sounds good.
So, you know how I'm kind of the international news guy?
Yep.
A 50-year-old dude in Japan was just arrested on, I believe, Thursday of last week, which for them is just Thursday, for selling approximately 200 PS5s, Switches, and games at the request of a friend who works for a delivery service. So let's say UPS, thing. Total estimated money was $51,000. He was sleeping and staying in Akihabara, the district. He was so this is an interesting little tidbit. I didn't realize that some of the larger gaming cafes in the Eastern Pac region, they have free soda and free showers and private booths that you can actually sleep in if you're paying the fees, which is pretty crazy. So this dude gives him fucking 200 of these consoles, says, go sell these for me. So he goes and he sells them sitting in Akabara, and he says, just come meet me here. I've got your stuff. $51,000. He ends up selling about 80% of the stock. When the cops finally catch him, not only does he rat out the guy who gave him the consoles, duh, I mean, wouldn't you? But he had none of the money. Why didn't he have any of the money? He blew literally 3/4 of the money without even contacting the guy who gave him all this shit on horse races. That is a fantastic criminal failure. Like, on every front, that's bad. Like, if I gave you 200 consoles to sell, you went and did it, and then you bet it all on the ponies. Yeah. So he is facing up to 5 years in jail. The other guy, they didn't say. Also, they didn't name either of the defendants, obviously. But legitimately, that I was like, that is fucking hilarious. That is the most irresponsible guy in the world. Like, why would you have given him these consoles to start with? You had to know this dude didn't have a place to live and was crashing at like fucking cyber cafes.
Yeah, I mean,
you stole from your own company. You gave it to like fucking Lenny from Mice and Men.
Yeah.
That's just a bad fucking idea.
Oh, yeah, true.
God
Bad ideas all around. Who knows? Maybe he was trying out for the next Squid Game.
Oh, funny. Okay. Okay. The new boss, he has the next one. So note the wild. Take it back month. Oh, okay. That's not the worst thing. This is the classy string. Bring up by cement. Yeah, goddamn right. I got fucking literary knowledge, bitch. Like, couldn't fucking spell it, but I can say it. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was fucking hilarious. So I was like, we got to talk about this for 5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely.
Gambled away on the money on horses too. Do you understand? Like, Japan now has kind of more open gambling laws. Go fucking learn to play blackjack where your odds are better, not just betting on some dumb animal running around a fucking circle, you moron. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, Alex Quino rules guy thinks that that's dumb.
All right. Okay, you know what? I was going to do this one later, but you know what? We're going to do this now.
Okay.
Apparently in Texas, there was a 19-year-old who had a PS5 and decided, you know what? Whatever reason, he was going to sell it. So over Thanksgiving weekend, he went online and posted it, got a reply. Someone, and he's like, okay, fine. Meet at a certain location at certain time, bring the money, blah, 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 all that, and we'll be good. So he goes to the location, guy shows up, guy promptly shoots him in his side and then runs away. Doesn't even grab the PS5.
He didn't take the PS5?
He didn't take it. Shoots the 19-year-old kid, and runs the fuck away.
You're gonna get fucking 5 to 10 years. Actually, it's fucking, it's Texas. They'll probably execute his ass. Like, for fucking nothing? You didn't even take the goods? Nope. That is, wow, that's terrible. That is so stupid. We should start a whole new segment on this show, like just dumb criminals. Like, because we have so many of these like criminal stories based around gaming. And like, wow, dude, he's doing 5 to 10 minimum. And he didn't even get anything out of it. Oh, God. Yep. He did not even pull a Florida. Florida would have been even different.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, dude. Wow, that's so terrible.
Yep.
I can't believe that. So I have an ad running currently. Can I take a slash and grab a beer and you can do one more?
Sure, go for it.
Also, seriously, legitimately, dude, that's fucking the dumbest thing ever. Why even waste? Actually, you know what? Think about it this way. Not only did you throw your like time and life away, you're actually down money because bullets are expensive. Like, so you paid for ammunition to shoot a random person and gain nothing. So he's out $4 and he threw his life away. God damn, that is fucking stupid.
Yep.
Good Lord.
All right. Well, while Alex has that ad running on his side, another thing I'm going to quick throw out there, which is actually really kind of good and not directly gaming related, but it's still in the gaming universe, we'll say. as Al grabs two more beers. Twitch apparently is rolling out a new tool to all their content creators, everyone who streams on Twitch, which is good. What it's going to be, though, is it's going to be basically a tool to help spot people that are trying to evade being banned from channels. So the big downfall here is it's all machine learning AI that's going to be driving this whole thing. So depending on how paranoid you are, yes, they're coming for you. But that's a whole different story. But no, seriously, what it's going to wind up being is the AI is going to effectively try to identify who is actively trying to avoid bans. So, like, say a person is banned and they just log on with another account, it's going to start identifying the various accounts that are coming all from the same IP or whatever. They didn't get into the technicality of it. They just said the machine learning is going to be identifying these people who are trying to evade bans in channels, and then spot them when they're chatting in chat. And if it's a known offender, literally it's just going to be a thing of that person will not be able to, they'll be able to chat, but their messages go straight to mods and the creator so that they can sit there and be like, ban. If they're suspected, it's going to be a thing of, okay, you can chat, but it's going to be seen, and mods and the creator will be notified of it. So that way, if they think, oh, hey, didn't I ban you? They can then ban the person and be like, okay, yep, that person's now known as a offender, so therefore block that one as well. They didn't say when it's going to be rolled out, which good, bad, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to say the least, I think.
I mean, again, at least it's something, right?
Yeah, it's something, but it's also kind of like, okay, is it something that's way too late? Kind of thing.
Well, sure it is. Yes.
I mean, Twitch,
that's just flat. Yes, that is the answer there. Yes, okay, it's too late. But at least it's something. And like again,
they're trying.
Not right. We like not to come back to exactly the same thing we talk about every week, but we have to applaud little efforts from companies because as a general note, we shit all over all these companies because dude, they keep shitting on us. So fuck them, right? Like at the end of the day. But we should be applauding anything that furthers better communication from their side, better functionality from their side, whatever it may be. So, hey, wait. You know what we should start doing? The golf clap. Like just that little tiny light clap.
Yeah,
at least it's something.
Definitely. I think I did mine so softly the mic didn't.
Yeah,
like, the noise gates didn't even pick it up.
That's why I moved my hands right to it. So that's gonna be the golf clap.
Like the noise gates didn't even pick it up. It wasn't.
That's funny.
Like, oops. Oh well.
So speaking of trying best but getting caught in the long run, did you see? I know there's so many cricket fans here on stream right now, right?
Obviously.
I mean, literally, we're all into cricket. Like cricket is just. Cricket? I mean, dude, right? Like, I mean, that's ridiculous if you're not into cricket.
Yeah.
So, funny story. The cover star. The cover star of Cricket 22. It's been going on for that many years that they don't even have like 2022. Cricket is a very popular sport. Clearly not in our country.
Yeah, certain geographics, yes.
Right. But this year they chose two people to be on the cover. One who was some dude on a team, and the other who was a captain of a team. The guy's name was Tim Payne, by the way, sweet name. So he lost his cover due to the fact that they found unsolicited dick pics being sent to a woman who put up a fucking harassment suit. He says, "Oh, dude, no, it was like consensual." Like, but she put up like a lawsuit against him. How consensual can that be? Um, but this is just another one of these fucking times, and I can't believe that we've only been doing this show for less than 6 months, and that I've still had to say this like 3 fucking times. Seriously, 3 times. This is the third. When I was reading this article, it literally brought back the other 2 times in my mind. Gentlemen, gentlemen, okay, to everyone out there who is in the fucking chat right now, don't send dick pics. I don't care what the fucking scenario, especially if you want to be a professional in a public forum. Please don't send dick pics. It's just gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Third time out on this show in less than 6 months I've had to say this. But seriously, gentlemen, keep that shit like it goes out in the world. You realize it doesn't just go to one person. And even if it does, that person could be like, fuck you later. And then they have one that they can literally be like, yeah, he sent me these unsolicited dick pics. So now, not only has Tim Payne lost his cover fucking duties, he had to step down as captain of his team because of a dick pic from 2018. It came back to bite him in the ass almost 4 years later. Please keep your cocks in your pants, boys. For the love of.
Two things. One, it's more like it bit him in his dick, not in his ass.
That's a very good point.
Yep.
Semantics, but yes, you got me there.
And also, Blue, love the comment. Not my dick, clearly. It's too big.
So 2 photos, Blue? Really? Okay. It would still be 2 photos. All right. The first one would just look like a road map of a really gross Mars.
Ooh.
All right. And half the chat leave. I'm just saying, seriously, gentlemen, come on.
Yeah.
Oof, damn. Ask from them, and then when you get them, just go hee hee, and now I can fuck her in her future. Like, don't do it to yourselves, boys.
Yeah.
I don't actually take that advice either. I'm just joking.
Yeah. Seeing how we're kind of talking in Europe area at the moment.
Sure.
Very interesting thing I ran across. Not directly related to gaming, but kind of, because graphics cards are the primary source for doing all this. Crypto.
Yes.
Crypto mining specifically. You need graphics cards because they do floating point execution very quickly and very easily. Basically, for those who don't know what floating point execution is, think decimals. Long decimals that have like no end to them. Floating point. There you go. That's it in a nutshell.
Like pi.
Yeah, pi. That's a good example. But the thing that's really interesting that caught my eye on this is Sweden has come forward and approached the Europe, EU, all of that, and said, we as a continent, several countries, union, whatever you want to call it, we need to outlaw crypto mining, period.
Okay.
Well, okay, here's the other thing. Granted, this was from a few months back.
Okay, yeah.
Well, no. The stat that I'm going to now hit you with was from a few months back.
Please.
The Ethereum blockchain. So that whole thing, in one day, uses 33 kilowatt hours of energy.
Yes.
That is the amount of energy that the entire country of Slovenia uses in a month.
Ooh. Okay.
So you think about that, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of on board for that as far as banning crypto mining.
I mean, and again,
you think about the amount of ecological damage we're doing to the world, and it's just like, shit.
Yeah, we have talked about this a bunch.
Yes,
actually, almost once an episode. This is literally where all the reviewers are like,
Yep.
and I'm out.
Bye. Between
It's not
that,
about the dick vein like pictures. That has nothing to do with it. People love that shit.
yes,
But as soon as we talk about anything serious, like
NFTs, blockchains, yeah,
yep,
they're like,
yep,
yep, bye.
cryptocurrency, fucking economics, like of the whoop, I'm out. Like nice seeing you. See you next week when we talk more about dick
More
veins.
dick pics.
Yeah. But yes, that is pretty crazy. We'll have to watch and see if that actually pans out because
Mhm.
you do realize that so many of these large corporations will fight that tooth and fucking nail. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is like the Disney moving back trademark until it becomes public domain thing. They keep fighting it. It keeps getting longer and longer because Disney just shows up and hits senators in the face with lots of money, and they go, "You're right. It should be 2 more years." Well, I'm out
Yeah,
of here. Well, we should definitely keep our eyes on that, though. That is
yeah,
really crazy.
yeah. And usually, when it comes to a lot of forward-thinking things like this,
Yeah,
as much as I hate to say it, the U.S. is way behind on it.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. We're a very me first country.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I will still, I also agree with him. He was like, I agree. It's funny that I can hear him and you can't. Hey, you know what though? USA, USA. All right. Okay, I'm done. Speaking of delays to things, boom, fucking segue. Vampire Masquerade.
Mhm.
You know how they're running like a bunch of games in concert that they're trying to put out. Um, the new one, they are delaying it until May of 2022. But this is why I wanted to cite this. They are specifically called out because they want to make sure that work-life balance is maintained. Now,
Okay.
I love right.
Give the props where they're due.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. Appreciate that little golf clap for you boys. Um, we all know, as you know, industry vets. At the end of the day, there's always going to be crunch,
Mhm.
but any any forward motion towards this is a really good thing. That's very nice of them to do because those dudes are still going to have to pay longer and longer, and the company has to pay for all those guys and gals and to manufacturers and stuff, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, I thought that was really cool of them to, you know, be like, hey, sorry. But the fact of the matter is, we don't want to kill everybody over this. We don't want to have the good old captain come in and just push it out until fucking it's just done.
Yeah.
Because we've all lived through that. It's awful, dude. When you're working 80 plus hours a week for
Mhm.
multiple weeks in a row, it's fucking awful.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, congratulations.
And honestly, speaking from experience, as far as working like 80 plus hours, there was a time when I was over in Oslo, Norway, pre Age of Conan launch.
Mhm.
During it was actually during Memorial Weekend, Memorial Day week, whenever that year was. Um, we had already worked 40 hours, so we, according to labor and all that, we were on overtime. We had hit 80 plus hours, and it was only like Thursday afternoon kind of a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. And we were also at that point in time working 7 days a week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
That's really when my personal asshole starts getting more and more chapped is when it's 2:30 on a Saturday night, and I'm like, well, okay, there's just basically going to be no time for the next however long until it gets done. Like that's
mhm,
where it really starts missing. I take a lot of long smoke breaks. I'll just put it out that way when it gets to that point.
yeah.
Like I don't give a shit. We were one. I don't remember. Was it NBA 16 or I think it was 16. Um, we had been doing that for 3 4 weeks, and I was talking to a couple of the guys, and fucking they were higher ups, and I was like, I'm going to get beer across the street was a 7-Eleven. And they were like, really? And I was like, yes, because we are waiting for this next build. It is one issue that we need to check. I'm going to go get beer and I'm going to go and hand out at least one beer to everybody. And the manager at the time, Sean, he was like, and take this. And he gave me the black card, and I was like, sold. Walked across the street. I bought like fucking, I don't even remember, like 3, 4 cases of beer. Came back in. I was like the hero of the office because I was just like, dude, this is bullshit, you know? And you can still totally do your job with 2 beers, two.
Oh yeah.
We're so sorry this has been running this fucking long beers. Like, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which actually, speaking of beers and drinking at your desk and like that, yeah.
Oh, no, not that? Okay.
No, not really that, but same kind of vein. When I was in Norway, they were big on the whole like beer Friday kind of thing, and there were
Yeah.
times
How was
where,
the
yeah, there were times when I was over there that the assistant manager of QA would come around and just be like, "Here, plop down like 3 cans," and
Yep.
like keep in mind in Norway and most of the most of Europe, alcohol content there is higher in a beer.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's like, and we're not talking like the wimpy little cans that we get here in the US as far as size. We're talking like, oh, look, this is almost
Yeah.
40-ounce can of beer. And it's like, holy shit, how am I going to
Yep.
how am I going to live through this?
Yeah.
So,
I I always did it though.
yeah.
Is it me or is it you?
I think me.
Okay, go for it.
I've got a twofer here. The
Okay.
downfall is here comes the New World butt.
Oh yay, New World Butt. For everyone who's new here, the New World Butt is our we're gonna talk
It's our
about
meme.
something. It is kind of our meme. This is the oh, good stuff. But then New World, the game, comes out, and there's always an asterisk where you're like, and here's the New World Butt. But go ahead. I would love to hear this week's.
Okay, the New World butt. It's a twofer, actually.
Okay.
Apparently, over the Thanksgiving weekend there, the developers, unfortunately for the
Amazon.
Amazon, were oh so kind in giving the EU servers lots and lots of money
Gold.
to the gold, to the point of about 300,000 gold pieces. So to just about every single player. So they themselves tanked
And
their
the
own economy.
Again.
Again. To which they then put out a tweet saying, we
Oops.
found an issue. We need to roll back the code on the server. So
Are you serious?
we're going to take it down for a second. And a couple hours later, they put it back up. The thing is, though, it was an issue in regarding server transfers and time zones.
Oh, the bug itself?
Yeah. It was just like massively pumping gold into the person's character for
That shit.
yeah.
Oh my god, this is like another one of these times where I gotta be like, dude, this shit should not have even hit live servers. You should know the fucking timestamp of things being done from one server to another time zone.
Yep. I know. It's MMO 101, but keep in mind, this is Amazon's first MMO, so
yes, that is true.
They promised the world, and then we're like, "Oh shit! Here's the sewers." So,
can I talk about the second one?
Okay, if you think you know what it is, go for it.
Oh, I do think I know what it is. Are we talking about bots here? Damn, I'm so goddamn good. So New World, I'm going to preface this again. It is it's an MMO, but it's got a combat system very similar to
Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool and unique and very different, and good stuff, boys. But they have been filling servers with bots for several different reasons. The main of which that I really read was, man, this already comes off so bad, to make sure their player numbers look good so that when somebody goes and clicks on which server to go in, it looks like it's real full. So you want to enjoy it because people are lemmings and, if somebody else is enjoying this, sounds fun. So that's bad. But here's the fucking fun part of this. The bots started stripping the entire economy. Like literal hard stripping the economy. I have a couple of things about it directly. I'm gonna just pull this up right in front of everybody. So they have been stripping the world of resources. So
Mhm.
these bots are filled in and they are actually mining resources and fish and leather and all the craftable things that the world needs. And the reason they did this, which again sounds good on paper, is to artificially lower the amount of things. If there's only 10 people in a server and every 15 seconds there's a shit ton of iron available, every single person could just walk up and get like basically infinite iron. So this again on paper sounds like a really good idea, right? But, but that's only if your bots are not fucking bots. You know the reason why we as gamers refer to people who suck in games as bots? It's because they're fucking dumb. Bots are fucking dumb. So,
Mhm.
this includes fishing, Azeroth water, leather. These bots are also inflating the world numbers, killing in game econ. Some people are making a new game out of this. They are going to areas and watching as hordes of bots fish in their favorite spot or mine in particular areas. And they're treating it as if there's a second game inside, which is, thank God for people. Like, make your own fun of things. But they're treating it like bird watching, bro. Like, and
Right.
I saw a video of like 7 bots all trying to do the same thing in the exact same pattern. So it looked like do you remember that thing spirograph back in the day?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where you could and it would make a pattern and then you could pull the paper out. It literally looks like a spirograph of bots. Like, god damn it. Fucking New World guys. Can you stop shooting yourselves in the feet? Like for 1 week, we have been talking about this game every week. Like since it launched. Actually, since before it launched. Even in the
Yeah.
beta, we were talking about this game.
Mhm.
My god. All right. Sorry. Thoughts?
Granted, though, in the beta when we were talking about it, we were actually kind of like, "Hey, this actually doesn't seem like a bad thing."
Yep.
And then it released, and well, all that went down the tubes.
Right. Right. I mean, but again, we have to have this conversation yet a fucking again.
Hmm.
You are right. It's a new studio. It's a brand new MMO. Dude, I can't believe that like Amazon Studios wouldn't have tried to do a couple of I mean, well, they tried one underhand pitch game. It didn't even get past pre-pro before they canned it, which got imagine now, like, okay, sorry, had to burp. They so we have New World. It is launched full bore and it's
Yep.
been going through all these problems.
Yep.
Imagine now the game, how bad it had to have been that it got canned before it even got into pre-production. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? Like, Jesus Christ, would it just like you installed it and it just kicked you in the dick? Like that's what the game did? Like a leg came out of your PC, which is like, boom. Like, my God. Ugh.
Uh, yeah. I mean, actually, I don't think it was that bad as far as like you installed it and it kicked you into the dick. I think it was more along the lines of the development like papers that people would the development references that people would go back to would be like, okay, now step 4, kick yourself in the dick. I'm not gonna do that. Who's gonna do that?
You have to check a box on the EULA. You're like, I agree to all these terms and conditions. You click it, you hit yes, and then your hand just automatically, boom, it just like punches you right in your own cock. You're like, oh, why? Like, that's a bad fucking design, bro. Like,
Yes.
you guys really didn't think this out.
Yeah.
Uninstall, uninstall. Somebody call the hospital. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you
I
sure
just
you
like,
want to uninstall? In order to do so, you must click yes to this EULA again. It's like, no! Format hard drive.
I swear to God, I'm happy this game exists because we get to talk about it every week and fucking
Yes.
bag on it in a new way. So, like, in a way, I feel like this is just giving us free content in a way. So it's like, okay, well, that's kind of fun. Like, at least there's that. But yeah, I do feel bad for like the community because they're like trying so hard to like. It's like if you built a sandcastle too close to
So
the to
the
the ocean.
water, yeah.
Right. And okay, sometimes it's low tide, and then
Then
guess what happens?
it's high tide and
Right.
everything goes
Inevitably,
away.
Yes, like,
Yeah.
oh god, poor bastard, dude. And again, we talked about this last week. The guys and gals and whatevs on the fucking development team. These poor guys have to fucking rebuild the sandcastle every 12 hours, knowing that in 12 more hours it was just gonna get washed away. Like, oh
Mm.
god. And it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm assuming they're making a lot of money though, because they're working for Bezos. You know what Oh wait. That probably is a misconception, honestly, now I'm thinking about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's probably making them pay to work there. Yeah, all right. Well,
Mm.
that was a really good one, by the way. That
Gotta
was a
love
good
the
one.
New World butt.
It's so good, dude. The New World butt is so fantastic. Uh,
uh,
okay. Do you want another just funny random one,
sure.
or
Sure.
should we do something? Yeah, you know what? No, no, no. Hold on. We'll do a little something, just fluff.
Okay.
Um, so I know that a bunch of PC gamers, even I was the same way, are still a little hesitant to get into the Epic Store, um, and start using that as another client. But yeah, you guys are right, because Epic and Valve, those guys don't have enough money. Just take whatever is the cheaper option, boys. Okay, download them both. Okay, Walmart doesn't have a good deal. Fucking Target will. Both of them are already fucking corporate overlords that sit on dragon hordes worth of money. So in the vein of this, um, Epic free game of the week next week, Dead by Daylight,
Nice.
Thursday for free.
Yeah.
Hey man, free. Like, good game, good series. That way you don't even have to like pay for the base version. And if you ever like that asynchronous multiplayer, you can end up picking up whatever killer you want for, I think it's $7 for new killers.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, good deal. I think for $0. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess $0 always is a good deal, but
Well, I mean, unless free means some other amount of money, then yeah, zero.
free, free and a blowjob, I guess would be better than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Not maybe, definitely better,
Well,
right?
if it's a lot of teeth, then definitely better.
Okay, that's fair. Free and a bad blowjob. You're right. That's not quite as good. You are right about that. You are correct. But yeah, so if you're into Dead by Daylight, and you still weren't sure if you want to ever pull the trigger on it, even though that game's gotten to a cheap price, Epic's, you can go get it for free for the week.
Yep. Alrighty.
A lot of fucking cock talk this week. Even more than normal. Like, which is a lot of cock talk, to be fair.
True, very true. Um, okay, this considering we're talking about Epic already,
Sure.
Fortnite, kind of
Sure.
Epic's another one of Epic's dragon hordes of money.
Flagship for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean that between that and the engine, yes.
Well, yeah, good point.
Apparently, Chapter 2 of Fortnite's story, whatever that is, I don't know, is coming to an end on December 4th.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
So their year long is done on the 4th?
I
Okay.
guess. I mean,
Yep. It's been a year long. Like, they're
okay.
basically a year long.
Okay.
Cool.
Because I was going to say, all I know is that, like, the first chapter, like, Fortnite came out, and then I guess it was just like there was a story there that people didn't know was happening, and
Yes.
eventually people started piecing things together, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's a story.
There's lore. There is for sure lore in that game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, and I'm not talking like the Save the World campaign either. I'm talking like the lore in
the in-game
Battle Royale.
Yeah,
Which I kind of find a little funny, considering it's like, okay, if you're trying to find the lore, a Battle Royale I wouldn't think would be the best way to have players hunting for this lore. But
no, but they have actual events where they like put down countdown clocks and people can be in game and shit starts changing. And they've been doing this for like 2+ years now. It's pretty crazy, actually. There is some intense lore shit. But again, you got to be one of those people that gives a shit um,
Clearly
about
not me.
that. Right. Um, it actually goes as far back as I want to say the first Marvel introduction. Um,
Hmm.
Basically, a big cube came down, and that cube started basically making a multiverse thing.
Ah,
And that's why all these like other characters from these other places can show up in Fortnite
okay.
shorthand. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I don't like that game, but cool that they went that far. You
Yeah,
know.
I mean, the only reason why I actually have the game is
Mhm.
because I have a friend that works at Epic, and he bought a copy for it for me.
Oh, nice.
So
That
it's
was a
like,
nice one.
okay, cool.
Sure.
I played some of the campaign, like the not single player, but the Save the World campaign when they were
Mhm.
like, yes, we will finish this, and they've officially come out and said, no, we won't.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the player numbers when they shut that off, um, active players, there was less than I want to say 5,000 for the single player versus basically, whatever, half the globe of the battle royale. So they were like, this is a waste of money.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is unfortunate.
yeah.
Um,
Because I mean, there
because
were
they were
people that,
also doing lore stuff there too, right?
yeah.
Like, cool. But
So, oh well.
the music events are actually really cool from a visual standpoint. Yeah. And that's we talked about that last week.
Hmm.
Them picking up harmonics.
Yep.
That's a great pull. Buying harmonics
Hmm.
is a
Hell yeah.
really good pull.
Hell yeah.
Um, no matter what you do from that on, you have an amazing sound studio, a great like bunch of people who have been working with nothing but sound. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
Hmm.
And they didn't disclose. That's the weird thing. I was hoping that this week that they would disclose how much money um, the sale went for. But I guess I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that because I really wanted to know how much it took Epic to buy them out.
Yeah.
Um, just out of sheer curiosity. Is it me?
Oh,
What?
that's interesting. I was actually Googling it right now. How much did Epic and Google's
Harmon-
auto filling in? How much did Epic Games buy Rocket League for? Which would explain why it's not listed on Steam.
No,
That's
no
what that's
way,
what Google auto filled in for me.
no way. That
Yeah.
had to be when was the article posted? That would have to be like fucking like there's no way that would have slipped in between the cracks. There's no way I would have missed that. That's
2020 is when this article came out.
holy shit, seriously?
September 26, 2020 is when this article came out. How much did Epic Games buy Rocket League for?
That's crazy. Although it kind of makes a lot of sense. You're buying a lot of stuff in that, right? Like you're buying the E League, the esports league, you're buying the property, which I mean essentially is, cars kicking ball like I mean, seriously, like that is a very simple fucking premise, and all you
Yeah.
have to do is throw skins in it, and it just makes you money.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Oh, I know why that didn't fucking come across the desk because we weren't doing the show in 2020.
Yep.
That would be why. Damn, dude. I
It's
good
they're
purchase.
estimating 250 to 300 million.
Damn, dude. Damn. That
Shit.
was like a small studio too. That was like a small studio. Those guys must have gone home in golden wheelbarrows.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
lucky pricks. Cars kicking fucking balls. How the fuck did I not think of that? I'm kind of bad. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's all cool. Damn, that's crazy, dude. I can't believe I didn't fucking catch that. Um, so I have got three left. What do you got?
More than 3.
Okay, well then why don't you go again?
Okay. Um.
I have a really funny one that I want Paul to hear.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna do a quick one here.
That's fine.
There apparently is a new Marvel MMO coming out, which is
Oh, that.
kind of cool. Please say that wasn't one that you had on your.
Nope, sure wasn't.
Okay. Um.
actively choosing ones now while I'm reading that I think you might choose, so I don't write them down.
Okay, cool, cool.
I've known you long enough that we're getting really good at this game.
Yeah, we are. But the interesting thing about this is the simple fact that this is by the devs that did DCU Online. So
Thoughts before I go? Because I have thoughts. No, you go first, and then I have thoughts. Why don't you go first?
they literally did the DC Universe Online game
Mm-hmm.
MMO, and
Mm-hmm.
now they're doing the Marvel MMO, and it's like,
Okay.
how much of this is literally going to be copy pasta, just reskin the shit out of everything? I'm seriously wondering that.
So here's my thought too. Did you ever play DCEU?
No, I didn't.
I did. That game was fucking boring.
Oh
And
god.
it didn't, dude, it was like, because it did like basically all the mission fucking objectives were go here, punch X amount of dudes, which to be fair, no offense to my MMO, friendos, um,
Gets boring.
it's that's the same, right? Like it's
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But they allowed you to fly at level 1. Okay, do you understand? Like that's like a staple. Like you should have to earn that flight
Uh-huh.
across the countryside. There was no making your own mythos. You basically always had to copy paste other already pre-established DC villains and DC heroes' abilities. So you couldn't make your own fear gas. It was always labeled as Scarecrow's fear gas.
Oh jeez.
Cool. Yeah. The heroes and villains just showed up in missions the way that you would put like a set piece down. It was like, hey, it's Superman. Superman, so tired. Oh, you have to go kill these 20 dudes. Please help me. That was it. Like, so there was like nothing. It was not City of Heroes. It
Hmm.
was not City of Villains. It wasn't its own original vision of what it is to be a hero or a villain in that universe. And that's all people want, right? That's not to mention the fact that like the character creator had 6 different types, and then those exact same 6 types. So let's just say magic. Actually, I can literally pretty much name it: magic, gadgets, super strength, super speed. Yeah, I can't remember the last two. And then the next category: magic, gadgets, super strength, super speed. So you had one category, and then the subcategories were the exact same 6 options, and you just
Ugh.
so you could literally make a guy with gadget and gadget. Like,
Uh,
dude, bland, like it, dude. Not even to mention again, like how many more mentions that I can not. Um, boom, nice job, Aquino. Um, it's just it I don't know. Wasn't well thought out, wasn't good looking in any way, shape, or form, and that was last gen. It was
yeah.
still like so I played it, I picked the dude with flight. I went to the top, I picked gadgets because dude, if you're gonna give me a fucking jetpack, I'm gonna choose a jetpack. Duh. I just flew up to the top of it and was like, yep, that's a city. That was it. You couldn't infect the environment. It was literally,
Hmm.
you want to go play with 4 guys? Now you just go into 4 guys. You went into like a pocket dimension, and it was like a room. And now, as opposed to beating up 20 guys, since you got 4 guys, now it's beat up 100 guys. It was so shittily done. And not to be that guy, but so many micro payments for
Hmm.
so many stupid, worthless cosmetics, and cosmetics, not outfits, cosmetics. Here's a belt buckle for $3. Here's a pair of goggles for 2.
Oof.
Um, I hated this news when I heard it because this has actually been a rumor for like I want to say 2 years now, which kind of makes sense because that's when that shut down. But like, dude, good God, man! Like, you couldn't have found another fucking team to like do this if you
Yeah.
desperately had. God, I am just all noises. Like if you really had something to bring to the MMO space and you really want to do, and especially off the back of the horribleness that was the fucking Marvel's Avengers that fucking Square Enix
Ugh.
farted out, like I just like why the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that annoy everyone to the end of it yet?
Yeah,
Like,
I hear you. I hear you. I didn't play DCU, so I have no stake in that. From what you're describing, though, it sounds like it was
generic,
a shitty generified version of City of Heroes, City of Villains.
right? It was
Um,
watered down.
yeah, because I mean, I played City of I forget if it was Heroes or Villains for a little while, um, and it was fun,
Yeah,
but it didn't really keep me because it was a thing of okay, people discovered okay, this is the meta if you're going into be like a tank or a damage dealer kind of a thing. So why are you doing those other powers instead? And like people would just be like, well, you're doing those different powers. Oh, go away. We don't want you. And
right.
it's like, okay, well, great. If it's going to be meta the game, then at that point it boils down to why give the other options.
I think that like the problem is like with at least with old school like heroes and villains, we still weren't at a place where the system hadn't been laid, the tracks hadn't been laid for
Yeah.
companies to make that evergreen model yet.
Hmm.
So there were still months, if not years, in between expansion packs. Whereas nowadays, it's very different, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I just like, man, I really was hoping I almost would have been okay with like a Path of Exiles kind of system where it was more like do you remember the Alliance games that Marvel did that were more like Diablo, Marvel
Mm,
Alliance and all those?
I think so. Yeah.
And where you could like play with four players and they could like do multiple special attacks
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I would have been totally cool with that. Because basically it would have been like a cool Diablo-esque version of Marvel, but you just give us this huge fucking skill tree. That would have been dope. Like, but this just literally softened my wiener. This news.
Hmm.
Now, they could completely blow us away.
True. But they're going to have to pull off something huge for that to happen.
You know,
And
and Alex Queen of the Guy is going to tell you I would not bet on that side. If
yeah.
I was putting odds, I would put 4-1 that it blows us away.
Especially
No,
especially considering how you look at what else is in the MMO world as far
with
as other
space.
games. Yeah.
Sure.
Cuz I mean, just right off the bat, Final Fantasy 14
Right.
Endwalkers. That comes out Thursday.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I mean, not only is that their fourth expansion, but it's a very much loved
Right.
franchise.
And they're cranking that shit out pretty consistently, as
Mhm.
opposed to World of Warcraft, which is still on that old school model of like, here's your expansion once every year ish. Yeah, I don't know. This Marvel thing is like a cool
Yeah.
idea on paper, but man, I just don't think it's going to play out that way. I just wish they had made basically Marvel's Alliance. I wish they had just made a new Diablo one.
Mhm.
Hey, we're gonna make new maps. We're gonna do like fucking new villains, new storylines. I mean, the gameplay will always boil down to just go punch dudes. But dude, no offense, but like that's kind of what all MMOs like
Yeah.
break down to. So I would have much rather. I would have had more fun if I had been able to make my own version of dudes and been able to run around with you guys and had special powers that work together and we clear a bunch of mobs and then we move on to the next, you know, and
Mhm.
sometimes we're in Jotunheim and sometimes we're in fucking New York City and sometimes, you know, like that just I don't know, would have worked better for me. I'm worried that this is going to be another generic MMO that's just going to end up being garbage.
Dead in a
Uh,
year or two after it launches.
yeah, like
Yeah.
do you ever complete the whole side note? This enjoy this if you guys are into this thing. You ever watch a series on YouTube called Death of a Game?
I think I've heard of it, but no, I haven't seen it.
Um, if you have any interest in this kind of conversation, I would definitely check it out. It's on YouTube. Basically, he just picks one game and he does like the entire story of from launch to end. Um, and it's pretty good. He does kind of focus on MMOs, but he does tons of other titles too.
Mhm.
And it's basically just, like a syllabus of how here's the start, here's the middle, here's the end. Why did this fail? Because he's like a detective in the show.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's really, really good. If you're interested in that kind of thing, it's kind of like what happened, but it's just another one. So just putting it out there.
Actually, come to think of it, I think I actually watched that for Overwatch.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep. No, Death of the Game is a very good series on YouTube.
okay.
Just put it out there if you're into that thing. Check it out. He's got tons of good episodes. He's still cranking them out like once every like fucking 2 months, or no, twice every 1 month, I think.
Oh,
It's good stuff.
well, I
I mean,
mean,
if you're into nerd fucking history,
yeah, considering the simple fact of you look how many games are out there, and then you look how many games came out and then died.
right?
So there, he could be going for a long time still.
Forever,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
Literally. The one that I like the fact that he kind of gives high res a bunch of shit because high res has a big propensity to put out a new game, throw a lot of money, throw a lot of time. Some wave starts getting interested in it of people, and then they kind of fuck it up and they kind of go against like what people want. And so now he has the high res. So he goes and then high res shows up with like the logo.
So in other words, our
Look,
new world butt.
right. Yeah, it's he's very, very smart. He's very, very he really does break everything down like from like years back too. Like it's not just new school games, it's old school games too.
Cool.
Um, yeah, it's a very good show. So just putting that out there. I don't usually do my nerd fucking YouTube show shout outs. Maybe I should start a new segment.
Yeah, you never know.
Um, so this was the one that I was saving for Paul. Um, did you see on Reddit that pro wrestler Leroy Potter uh, put out a post saying that he has 2,706 copies of Sneak King? Do you know what Sneak King is? Do you remember Sneak King?
That was the game that one of the games that Burger King came out with. I want to say back in like 2000. I'm trying to remember. Was I
Uh,
here in North Carolina or was I in Georgia at the time?
I'll tell you this: it
It was
was on
on
the 360.
360. Yeah.
Yep. There
So
was bumpers. There was the bumper car game.
yep,
There was Sneak King, and there was the Racer,
yeah.
Burger King Racer.
Yep.
I have thousand out all three of those games, so I have an affinity for them. Thank you. They are all straight trash, but I'm going to do something for you that is going to show you why I think this is so funny. So, in Sneak King, it's a stealth game where you were playing the king and you have to actually walk up to AI dudes who are doing lots of different things because there's like, I don't even know, like 8 levels, I want to say. And he shows up and he feeds you a meal, but there's a bar. So, like, he sneaks up and then you got to go, oh, and hit it in the green, and each one of them he does a different little ditty for and hands you a different meal because some of them are during the morning. So he would hand you breakfast croissant witch. By the way, croissant witch, egg and cheese croissant witch, best fucking breakfast. Don't fucking at me. No fast food breakfast pizza. But I'd like to give you a little tiny taste of the dance that always makes me laugh. Okay, I'm actually gonna do this. I shit you not. Oh, that's the dance. It is the greatest thing I've ever seen a video game do in my entire life. Watching the king
Nice.
do that little dance and then hand a guy a fucking croissant wish. Holy shit. Amazing. So,
Oh god.
so good. So this dude, the fucking Leroy Potter, is a professional wrestler, and he for some reason ended up with like 6 or 7 copies. and he ended up making it into a thing where he thought it was kind of funny that he was collecting specifically Sneak King. He still actually found, this was a part of the post, he actually found one of the tri packs still sealed, um, with the fucking guide, which is kind of crazy. I didn't even know they
Weird.
had one of those.
Hmm.
Yeah. But there's also a picture of the 2,700 copies that
Oh
he
God.
has. So now he has made it. He made a YouTube channel, and he's got another pro wrestler buddy, and they go out and they actively are trying to find every copy of Sneak King ever made, even though there is an estimated 16 million copies made, which, by the way, that's a little heavy-handed, Burger King.
Yeah.
Right? Like, did you play the game before you fucking decided on that number? Because you probably could have lowered it a smidge. Those things are nickel at like every GameStop. But like, I love his rationale when he's asked why he's collecting these. He just likes hanging out with his buddies and having a reason to go to places and like collect like this very silly weird game. The last major pickup he found, uh, he had contacted a person who had contacted him. They had 1,000 copies, 1,000 copies, and I watched the video. They drove to this fucking warehousey kind of thing, and they crammed 1,000 copies into a small ass car and drove away with it. I think that's amazing. I think that's one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
Hmm.
And good on him, and good on Sneak King for existing to make us have this funny ass conversation in
Yeah.
almost 2022.
Yeah.
Uh,
Really.
yeah.
Me.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. Saw that. Why are people like this? Also, Kotaku called him Wrestling Man in their headlines. I saw that too. Wrestling Man as opposed to wrestler. They did at least refer to him as a professional wrestler. I guess that's kind of something.
Yeah. Well.
But like, I just think that's great. I think that's super sweet. I love that idea because like when I was collecting, like before I moved here, I just liked going to like shit. Even actually after that, like when I started collecting 360 games when I was here, I ended up at almost 500 Xbox 360 games. I just liked fucking hanging out with the guys, going, "What are we gonna do? I don't know, you want to go run to GameStop and like see what's in the bargain bins? You know what I'm saying? Like see what I don't have. Like that in and of itself is a part of collecting something. That
Mhm.
experience, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I just thought that was cool.
Hey. Yeah.
And what a weird thing to choose. It's
Hey.
arbitrary. That's the
Everybody.
word.
Everybody collects something at some point.
Agreed. Agreed.
Hell, there are people. There's one that I can think of right off the top of my head who collects Monopoly games,
Mhm, mhm.
and it's
And
just like, okay,
the there's a dude called Pat the NES Punk. He's also on
hmm
YouTube. He has a series like because he was also way old school, like AVGN old school.
yeah,
Um, but he had a second series because that was just like his like reviewing of old school video games. He had the second series called shit. Oh my god, say it. Wait, I gotta take the headphones off for a second. It's Flea Market Madness. There it is. I had to think of the fucking song. It's Flea Market Madness. Um, and basically, him and his friend would just go to a flea market and look for video games. And here's the really sweet part. My friend Will is into old school game collecting, even collecting CRTs because he's a fucking weirdo. But I appreciate it, you know. But we watched that show together and have for the last like fucking 3 years because he's at a flea market, you know, picking up weird shit. And we're both like, oh shit, is that a copy of fucking 5200 Pac Man? That game is garbage. And then we get to like have a little side tangent. Like, dude, there is something cool about that, you
oh
know,
yeah,
that like relationship between collector and appreciation people for collection, you know?
definitely, yeah.
I find that to be very cool.
Mhm.
That was a complete total. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Find friends who collect things you're into. It's very fun.
You sure it's not the name of your porno tape? Or your
No,
sex tape?
that's title of my sex tape. No, find things. Actually, it could be. I think that's really nice. I mean, I bet that there's weirdos out there who collect double-sided dildos, and maybe they're on a fucking Reddit and they go to random obscure fucking like concrete buildings that still sell double-sided dildos, and they're like, "Oh, check out this one! It's fucking veiny as fuck. I've never seen this edition." Like, like I think that's still sweet in a weird way. Like that's still a sweet thing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Everybody's into their own thing.
Yes, but if finding another person
So,
that is also
yeah,
into it,
yeah.
come on, man, that's a rare fucking connection between
Oh, hell
people, and that's cool.
yeah, definitely.
Sneaking. I think that's somehow weirder than double-sided dildo collecting.
The better question I have at this point is, does he actually have a 360 to play any of the copies that he has? Okay.
Oh, he does. Oh, he does. Oh, he does. That dude is not a fake.
Has
he? Oh, yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Dude's not a fake. Like, dude is not a fake. Who would fucking start a YouTube channel with zero cred? I just like picking these things up. Like, no, that's a bad idea. That's putting yourself into the public sphere in a bad way.
People do weirder things, dude.
I don't disagree.
There was a guy who started a YouTube channel where he literally just sat there staring into the camera for like multiple hours on end.
You know where I saw it? To come around to a conversation from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Pornhub. Somebody uploaded them to Pornhub. Same video, same exact thing.
The weird part was the simple fact that at one of his videos, some random dude tried breaking into his apartment.
Oh my god.
They saw him sitting there and like just calmly, quietly shut the door and left.
I'm taking this copy of Sneak King and I'm out of here.
It's like,
damn, that was a much funnier joke. Wait, I'm just here to deliver an egg croissant wish. All right, bam, and then you just smooth as fucking lime. You just back out. Yeah. That would have been way funnier the first time. Damn it. You don't want to do that. All right. It's your turn.
Okay.
I have 2 left now.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to do a quick little mini lightning round here. Bobby Kotick, or Kotick, shock and amaze. He's been a douche his entire life. Next story.
Wait. I saw a video today. You know how we're always like 1 or 2 days ahead of everything?
Yeah.
And we talked about it last week?
Yeah.
At the end of the video, it's on esports. That's the entire channel. At the very end of the video, they were like, at least can we all come together and admit that when we see Bobby Kotick on the street, we just go. That was literally the end of their video. I was like, yeah, if I ever see him on the street, I'm going to flip him off.
Yeah. Actually, I take that back. Let me go back to the Bobby Kotick thing for a second. Okay. He basically had pitched the idea to all the heads of Activision when he was still before the merger of Activision and Blizzard, stating how he wanted to take all the fun out of making video games and turn it into a culture of thrift. Basically, just pump the games out as fast as they can for as little cost and generate as much profit as possible. That's what I got to say to Bobby.
That is literally just like 2 sentences of Call of Duty. No offense if you're into Call of Duty, hey.
That's like their entire franchise, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Headed by exactly that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
The other thing is Halo Infinite. And this is a lot more of just rant and rave and hate on Halo Infinite, as much as I hate to say it. It is a fun game. It's just that the multiplayer at the moment, it's obviously a early access, if not beta.
No, it's launched.
Well, it's launched like 3 weeks ahead of when their initial slated schedule.
It was a surprise launch.
Yeah.
That's an official launch, dude.
Yeah, I know. The battle pass is nothing but grind, and compared to like grind that a lot of people say are in other battle passes, no, this is like grindier than grind needs to be kind of a thing. On top of that, some of the challenges people have learned that, oh hey, this you have to do in multiplayer versus people, but these you can do versus bots. If it's just if the challenge says get X number of kills, that's a bot one.
You can play a custom game?
Yes, you can do bot matches. You can do bot matches.
I'm actually surprised they didn't think of that, frankly.
Yeah, well.
But like, so if you want to cheese the system, boys and girls.
Yeah, but those pop up very rarely. Honestly, I looked at my current week's challenges for the week, and I've got like 2 that I can do versus bots. The rest have to be in PvP versus players. Because if it specifies in PvP, you have to do it versus players. If it's just like get kills or play a multiplayer or play a whatever match, then it's like, okay, that's a bot match. So there's that.
That's an oversight.
The funny thing is, though, they recently came out with an event, which the weird part with the event is it's going to take multiple weeks to do, but it's not like, okay, here's week 1, next week is week 2. No, it's like, here's week 1, a month later is week 2, don't forget. And it really is kind of weird because in order to get all the bits and pieces for the samurai armor, you have to complete 30 challenges of the total 42 that are going to be available for this event. So
can you mix and match armor?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but the thing is, though, this event is laid out like the battle pass system. So you start at 1 and rank up like that. You have to get to rank 4 or 5 just to get the base armor. Everything after that is like little add-on bits. The weird part that I noticed is the art for the, hey, this event's going on, shows a Spartan with a really fucking fancy helmet. You don't get the helmet. You don't get the ornament that's on the helmet.
Yeah, weird.
It's like, that sucks.
I would like to take a quick side note here. Okay. So 2 quick side notes. 1, dude, it's still their first fucking shot at a battle pass. It's their first time to do free to play. There's got to be some leeway given. Yeah. 2, I play Valorant. This week, starting tomorrow, is the championship. The year, like, this is it, like the international level. So they've been hyping up their battle passy fucking thing where you buy the whole thing and you get these 2 things. You get 1, a weapon skin for the Vandal. Everyone in that game uses the same guns, so cool. Doesn't matter which operator you choose. Everybody gets this. 2 is a karambit. Do you know what a karambit is? It's a type of knife.
I want to say, isn't that the knife that has like a thing you put your finger in and it's very curved? Yeah.
Yes. It's very badass. Yeah. So I was very much looking forward to this. I was like, fuck yeah, I want a new knife. Because the knife makes you run faster, as everyone knows. Since literally 2010, everyone's known that. Knives make you run faster. But you use it all the time. So I was really looking forward to the karambit. Didn't really care. I'm not very good with the Vandal. I'm kind of more of a Phantom guy. So bundle gets launched on Wednesday. The bundle is $64. Okay, that's rough. But I was like, fuck it. I can buy individual things in the bundle, so I'll go look at the prices. The Vandal, which has an amazing fucking kill skin. If you kill the last guy on the other team, it has this whole animation and song that plays. The skin itself lights up the word champion. Super fucking dope. $26. You know what the karambit is?
I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess $64.
$53. $53. It does not have a song. The greatest light up it does is basically an outline around it. Okay. That sucks. Just putting it out there. You can never read it again. The only one out there. I have 2 weeks to make my decision. That's all I'm saying. This is more, I'm more talking out loud to myself at this point.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to gift me $53, it's like my fucking karambit that I'm gonna end up buying like a fucking jerk. I'm not gonna. My sister's gonna get a less cool present this year. That's what's gonna happen. Like, anyways, I thought that was a really fucked up skin price point. Like, I get it. Like, Riot has very fucked up skin prices, even in League of
Oh
Legends.
yeah.
They know where they have been making a free to play game since 2011. You know, they understand that's where the money comes from.
Mhm.
But my god, dude, this game just came out. Are you serious? $53 for a fucking knife skin? Ugh. All right. Sorry.
Yeah. Is
Total
what
side
the
tangent.
way they do. Uh,
It is.
yeah. Two more quick things though about Halo Infinite I find interesting.
Of course.
343, they're sitting there stating that competitive games like Halo Infinite needs anti-cheat, but they don't say how they're gonna bother implementing or how people should implement them. Yet, after doing a little bit of digging, Halo Infinite has the worst anti-cheat possible, which is server-side anti-cheat.
Yeah. I saw that.
Meaning you can probably catch maybe like
Nobody.
the amount of people you can probably catch.
Free to play, dude.
Well, that's the thing is
Just
it's
make another account.
no. What's even worse? They don't even ban the person. They just kick them out of the match.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck good is that? That
Yep.
doesn't punish them at all.
Right. And I also saw that on Xbox in specific, there is no option to turn crossplay off yet.
Yep. Same thing with on PC. There is no option.
Right. Well, yeah. But where do you think the fucking cheaters come from?
Oh yeah.
Xbox or PC? Duh.
Yeah, easily,
like,
easily PC.
yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. That's fucking awful. But again, like how many times do we have to make it like? Yeah, that face where you're like, oh, you're doing good, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's getting to the point now where console players are like, can we just separate the communities
Right.
and have console only players and PC only players, or give us an option to not do crossplay, something, because this is getting to be horseshit. And honestly, when it first came out, I was like, oh, cool, jump on in, play some Halo and blah, 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 all that fun shit. And I'm noticing specifically there are people like, oh, look, I'm getting shot at me with the assault rifle. Full auto, like,
Holding, yep.
No, this guy's just like, pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
headshots all the
Aimbot.
damn time. It's like, yeah. That's
Aimbot.
a fucking aimbot right there. It's fucking annoying as hell.
Yep. Already, by the way.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how fast that happened?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Which brings me to the issue of it's like, okay, obviously their server side anti-cheat doesn't work for shit.
Sure.
Realistically, at this point in time, I'm all for like give us fucking kernel level anti-cheat.
Valorant, baby. Valorant.
I mean, seriously. Yes, it means when the anti-cheat is active, it sees everything on your PC. It knows you've been to Pornhub to see double-ended dildo.
That's not what it means. What
I
it
know.
What it means is, like, well, let's not fucking be fearmongers. What it means is it looks through your entire PC, and if any file interacts with its game, it literally knows.
It. Yeah.
It has fucked with the base program of it. So let's not fearmonger this.
Yeah.
Because I am a proponent of kernel-based systems. And I think that we all are gonna have to, wow, this makes me sound like really fucking the government's got your back. Like but like seriously, like we have to give up some on PC, we have to give up some leeway here. And by the way, fucking Riot Games doesn't care if you're watching double-sided dildo porn between apes and 3 guys in clown masks. They don't care. Like, why would they? Yeah. Like, they're not reporting to the US government or like, some weird website. No, they don't give a shit. What they care about is something that interacts directly with their game.
Yeah.
And so we have to learn as PC players, we have to do this. We just have to go, okay, like whatever, because it makes me feel secure that when I get fucking lackinated in Valorant, I'm like 99% sure that it wasn't some sort of hack. The dude was just better than me, you know? Like
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
situation, he played better.
yeah.
Um,
I will give it that. Yes,
yeah.
but
Uh,
it's a lot of this. Yeah,
okay, well, I have two
go.
more, so we got to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'll just let you go.
Um, that's right. Company of Heroes 3, do you remember Company Heroes, the game?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an RTS kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Um, the new game is called Company Heroes 3. Fucking probably took them 15 seconds worth of thinking for that name.
Mm.
The multiplayer pre-alpha is open today. If you are into those games, if you are into Company Heroes, it is completely free to play. It's open to everyone. No fucking signing up, no nothing. You can just go and Google Company Heroes 3 pre-alpha, and you can get yourself into it. It runs from today, the 30th, until the 7th of December. The game is still not coming out until I want to say May of next year. If you like that game, if you like that genre, you should join. You should go play. I like the idea of just open to. I hate fucking when companies make me go to their fucking website and sign up and they're going to send me some bullshit emails that are just going to never be read and I don't care. I like the idea. You just show up, you go, fucking, I'd like to play. Boom. You download it from their client. It is not on Steam or anything. It is on their own client. But if you're interested, that is literally today. So you can play for the next week. I actually might check it out because it's all PvP. It's not campaign or anything. So it's literally just go in and check it out. Go shoot tanks at dudes.
Cool.
So yeah. The last one I think I'm just gonna keep until next week because like we're running a smidge long and who cares? Um, all right, we got 5 more seconds, right? We got
Okay.
5 more seconds. Fuck that. All right, hold on, take a little chug here. Fuck that. Getting a little parched. We've been kind of screaming for the last like 10 minutes. The Roblox Corporation is suing a long banned user. I know that we, as mostly adults here in the stream and on the channel, kind of mock Roblox for about 1,000,001 reasons. Look at it. Oof. Um, full stop. But they are banning a user named Benjamin Simon or Ruben Sim, as his name is in game. He has been banned for over 2 years now.
Uh-huh.
But Roblox Corporation is suing him, insinuating that claiming that he has been the leader of a cyber mob ever since his ban, but more recently, his actions have been taking up a much more sinister connotation. He has apparently been orchestrating cyber bullying essentially online towards Roblox employees, Roblox creators. These dudes are creators. They don't even have fucking anything to do with the making of the game.
Uh-huh.
In addition, he apparently called in a terrorist threat to the developer con that happened in October, I want to believe. And they had to shut the convention center down, costing Roblox $50,000. I'll say this just before I go on to say that guy's a piece of shit. I'll say this: $50,000. Roblox, you basically are printing money. Shut the fuck up. You're paying your fucking creators nothing, except for like in Roblox bucks. Eat fuck. You can take a $50,000 fucking hit, but on the other side of it, personal attacks, literally calling in like fucking terrorist threats to a real world event,
Uh-huh.
dude, clearly gone too fucking far, right? Like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put this story out there. I'll be following it up. But yeah, like, that is how obsessive are you? Like, you got banned years ago and you're still like, fuck these guys. Like, good God, man.
People just want to hold grudges.
I know. I know. Like it's
And usually they want to hold grudges over stupid, dumb, bullshit reasons.
yep. 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 Woof.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, all right. Uh,
By the way, I had that one too.
did you really?
Yes.
Nice. Oh, perfect. Goes over there now. Goes into the dead pile story. All right. I'll be right back. Bye, chat.
See you later,
And
Alex's chat.
yeah.
But that'll be it for tonight, guys. We went a little bit over time, but you know what? We all had fun. Seriously. Overall, things will be continuing as normal. Tomorrow we've got either Destiny 2 or Final Fantasy 14. Thursday I'm off. Friday we're doing some speedrunning. And Saturday we'll be back to Doom Eternal. Yeah, sleep, please. Please sleep well, guys. Yeah, we definitely will. Regardless, I hope you guys all had fun. Thank you for being here, Blue, Savage,